Marston's Domain.
Hey everyone, Marston here, and today I want to talk about ARMS, because this game, when I first saw it, I thought it looked cool. Then I started seeing the motion controls and seeing how you have to move by swaying the controllers left and right. I was like, I don't really know if I want to deal with that again. Just thinking about the Wii and how that I lost my interest with the whole motion control thing. But something that they did not mention in the presentation, which I do not understand why, because I think the motion controls was the only thing that kind of steered people away from being interested in this game, is that you can use traditional controls. They said that in the Treehouse live stream. You can use regular controls. What? This is where Nintendo needs to realize that their audience is a lot wider than what they think. They try to cater to certain parts of their audience, and it makes a lot of their other audience, the other chunk, just look away from certain games. And I think that ARMS is a huge example of this. I think there was a lot of people, definitely in the chat, that were saying, Wii stuff again. I don't want to use motion controls. Why can't I sit and just play a game? You can. But I understand why they didn't know this, because none of us knew this. They just randomly said it in that Treehouse presentation. They were just like, and if you want to use traditional controls, you can. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. That means that I can try the motion controls, and if I'm like, I can't stand this, just switch to the Pro Controller, and then there you go. Because this game looks amazing to me. It looks like it has a lot of depth to it. It looks like it could be a really good new fighting game. And I'm extremely excited about it. And the only thing that made me not excited was, I was like, I don't know if I really want to deal with motion controls. Now I don't have to. They should have said that in the presentation. That is what I do not like about Nintendo, is the way they present things initially. Because they presented this in a way that got a lot of people to lose interest right off the bat. Just because they would not mention one simple thing, that you did not have to play the way they were showing. You could play the traditional way. And they need to start realizing that there's a lot of people that like to play the traditional way. I'm sure that when they made the Wii, they were confident, but they weren't sure how well it was going to do. And the fact that it did so well, they were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And ever since then, they've always tried to hit that market again of just people going crazy and buying a ton of their consoles. But they need to realize that that time has passed. The Wii is over. Adding motion controls, in my opinion, is not going to be what just sells a bajillion consoles again. I just personally don't think so. I think it still just comes down to the software. And that's what Reggie always says. The software sells the hardware. So give us the software. Stop just giving us weird controls that a lot of people don't want to use. I remember that was a big complaint with the Wii. Everyone loved it at first with Wii Sports and stuff. And then as the Wii went on, people started being like, they'd see a game and then go, I don't want to wave my hand around. Yeah, I don't want to wave my hand around. Yeah, I don't really feel like waving my hand around. That was all I ever heard when they would show a game. And it was always, can you use a regular controller? Yeah, but what about a regular controller? And then it was so hard to get an answer on if you could or not. And that's what alienates so many people, is some people don't care to look for that answer. When they saw ARMS and that presentation, and they showed that it used motion controls, most people just assumed, okay, you have to use motion controls. I don't want to do that. I don't want to play this game. When they could have simply just said, and if you're more of a traditional gamer, you could use traditional controls. It's so simple. All they had to do was add that in. But no, they try to force you into playing the way that they want you to play. That's like the Star Fox Zero thing. I didn't want to play with moving the gamepad all over the place and switching from screen to screen. So I wanted to use the Pro Controller, but I couldn't do it. So I didn't get the game. And this is another case of, I was willing to try it, mainly because it's a new console and I'm just really excited. I just want to play all these games. But the motion controls, I was like, I don't know. But now, knowing I can use a regular controller, of course I'm going to get it. Before, it was just like, it looked cool and I was going to deal with the motion controls. But now it looks cool and I'm hyped to play this game. So I hope that Nintendo starts being more clear about their games and not trying to force people into playing in one certain way. They need to allow people to have options. So I don't know. I hope that Nintendo just starts being more clear about stuff. But that's all I really have to say about this. I'd love to know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for ARMS? Do you think this could be a new competitive game? Do you think it has a chance on Twitch for being like a maybe not a new esport, but at least just something like another added fighting game. Do you think it actually will stand up to other fighting games? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.